I should have been asking, are we hearing me? Are you with me? Can somebody give me feedback if you are still with
Yeah,
me?
you're good, Professor. Yep.
All right. Thank you very much. Just to make sure that I didn't go offline. All right. So, okay, I have talked about distractors. Now, we'll look, I have mentioned earlier also something about the options, or you say the alternatives. And I say that options or alternatives refers to all the possible answers, including the right ones and the wrong ones in the test item that you have before your test is. Okay. So there is a format that there are some things that should be considered when writing a test item. This is important because if you are a credentialing manager, when you are briefing your subject matter experts, it is necessary that, let me first say that it is possible that some of them are not expert psychometricians or may not have been trained by an expert psychometrician regarding the way test items are supposed to be written. Now, it is important to note that a multiple choice item can be written either in a closed stem form or in an open stem form. What do we mean by a closed stem form? A test item that is close-ended asks a complete question. It makes a complete sentence and ends with a question mark. It ends with a question mark. An example of such is what you have on the screen, a question from electronics. He said, what is the term used to describe a circuit that has two stable states and is used to store information? This is a clear and a complete sense. Everything that is expected from expected of the testee has been placed in the step. There are no omissions made. It is only for the testee to be able to identify the correct response from the list supplied. There is one other thing that we do, unless I missed that out, even though I didn't pen it down. In my organization, the National Examinations Council of Nigeria, where I work, the options of a test, they are written in a way that they are serialized. This one we're having here may not exactly be serialized just because oscillator should have come as option C, while switch was supposed to would have come as option D. Not that this have any particular it has any particular implication, but we are of the opinion that it will help you, the test developer, to avoid using only one particular type of option. Let's say A for all your keys. And if that happens, there's what we refer to as response sets. A testee now, without even reading your stem, assumes that maybe, let's say you have 50 items. By the way, in my organization, we use 5 options. And so if you have 50 items, the testee will come and assume that, okay, the first 10 are option A, the next 10 from 11 to 20 are option B, and so on and so forth. So it helps you to ensure that you avoid such kind of bottlenecks. So when you serialize them, even if they end up falling on option A, that that would be what I call an act of God, because you didn't set out to present them that way. And of course, it's practically impossible for all your first 10 items to all have the same option, just because you are trying to serialize them, especially because they are not all from the same content or topic. All right. There is the second thing, which is the open stem, or if you like to say open-ended stem. This type of stem comes in a form that towards the end, there is a fill in the blank space. There is a space whereby a testee is expected to pick one of the options that you have supplied and fill into that space for the stem to make a complete sentence and a complete sense. All right, so this example says the process of converting an analog signal to a digital signal is called dash. So if you pick whatever option you pick here now, it tells you, it makes that sense to be complete, to be a complete sense. The only thing that will be left is if the option you have selected is the correct one or not. We are still going to, in the other next sessions we're going to have, we're still going to take a look at some of the things that might also be needed as far as the test construction is concerned. For instance, you are encouraged to avoid as much as possible a situation whereby the key stands out differently. What I mean by that is a situation whereby you have responses, let me say options in your test item that come with more than one words, maybe 2 words or 3 words, or even almost a complete sentence. Okay, do not, in constructing such items, in bringing up your options, do not make the key only 1 or 2 words, whereas all other options are having 5 words or 6 words, as the case may be. For the mere fact that it is the only one that does not have as many words as others. Some persons may say this one that looks different might be the correct option without actually being a master of that particular content. So these are some of the issues that we need to, want to bring to the table as far as item construction or item development or design development is concerned. At this junction, I want to pause and give room for a few minutes so that we can, ask questions and probably make observations as the case may be. So you might unmute your mic if you have anything to say at this